It's summer break, and we are here for it.
Oh, yes, we are, y'all. We are starting our summer break series.
Woo-woo!
In the month of July, we're going to be talking all about relationships. And then in the month of August, we're going to be talking all about fitness.
And we're going to do it in short 15-minute episodes so that you can enjoy your summer.
And get that R&R in.
Let's do this.
Welcome to the Fools in Love podcast.
Hi guys, today we're kicking off month 2 of our summer break series, and August is all about fitness. If you've been around for a while, you know that both of us are runners, but not everyone likes to run, and that's okay. So to start off this month, we're digging into how to find the workout that works for you, because if you don't like your fitness routine, you aren't going to stick to it.
That's so true, and I love that we're taking on this topic because I think so many people have such a difficult relationship with fitness. Like, no matter what, when it comes up, you have the diehards, you have the people who just flat out can't do it, can't find something they like. And I truly believe it's really just finding what your specific workout is. So when you find what's best for you, that's great. Because like you said, we're runners. And we always joke that like running is our love language. Like it's what we like to do. It's how we like to free our minds. And we understand it's not for everyone, because we could turn around and talk to someone right here on our office. We could talk to some of y'all out there, and you could say, no, that's simply not for me. But what we want to break down is finding the right thing for you then in that place that can help you get the fitness goals that you need.
Yeah, and so much of finding your exercise thing, if you will, is just simple trial and error. But before you even start that process, there's definitely a few things that we think you should consider to help point you in the direction of what you should even be trying in the first place.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it's really just that it's the iterations. It's trying things out, because like for me, I didn't always love to run. Like, I mean, even when I ran in the past, it wasn't my thing.
Honestly, some days I don't even like it right now.
That's true. It's very true. But like, again, it's a love-hate relationship, but it's certainly not something that you're going to jump into no matter what you choose. I just want to say this. No matter what you choose, you're not going to jump into it on day one and feel amazing, even if you're semi-fit. But if you're coming from a place where you maybe haven't done anything fitness related, and trust me, I was there. I didn't do anything for literally 9 years, people. If you're in that place, you're not going to start out and feel great right away. Maybe not the first day, maybe not the first week. So I just want to say that right off the bat, because I think we can get discouraged very easily, and I just don't want that for y'all. So just, give yourself a little grace, and let's go out there and figure out what we need to consider to make this all happen.
One of the most important things for actually finding your exercise thing is just considering your time. Before we ever had kids, I went to the gym, and that was, a 15-minute beforehand to drive there, an hour to be there, and then, of course, the 15 minutes back home. And all that's great when you don't have kids, but after I had kids, I went to the gym one time. Like, one time, for real.
I literally believe that we had the gym membership for at least 2 years, and you never set foot in the gym, but it was so cheap to keep it going that we didn't want to have the restart process. Yeah. I believe that happened.
It totally did. So I think you need to really ask yourself, like, how long do I have to work out? And be honest with yourself about that. If you know that you're only going to have 20 minutes a day, then don't go sign up for a gym membership where you're going to need more than 20 minutes a day, because you can't get there, exercise, and come home in 20 minutes. It's just not going to work.
Right. And you got to be honest with yourself, and you got to really think about it thoroughly, because you don't want to get to a place like Meg said, where you're signed up for something or you're trying something and it's simply just not going to fit in your schedule. But also understand that you got to prioritize and find the time for yourself as well. So really considering, for us, we consider the days of the week and the times on those days that we actually have. And that's how we kind of structure all of our fitness together, because obviously we both have jobs. We both do this podcast. We both work on the blog. We both have 1,000 things we're doing. We also have 2 human beings that we're trying to keep alive. And so we have to be realistic on what we have, and not only for ourselves, but like what our partner has going on. Because you got to really structure everything in your life to make it happen. Otherwise, it simply won't happen.
Right. And then let's take, for instance, if CrossFit's going to be your thing, right? Well, then what days and times can you even go to CrossFit? Like, what times do they offer that? Because if you only have Monday at 6 a.m. and your area CrossFit doesn't do Monday at 6 a.m., then you're going to have a problem there. So really just considering everything and looking at not only your time, but the times that work for the places and the workouts that you want to do is going to be super important.
Yeah, and a real quick example is just when we like do our runs, like we do long runs. Well, we don't do those on a weeknight when we're trying to get the kids home, get them fed, get them bathed, do everything that we need to do. We simply know that we need to do that on the weekend. So then we sacrifice our mornings. We have to wake up early. We have to make it a priority. We have to make the time, and then we go out there before it's 1,500 degrees and get the run done. The other thing is just the cost. I mean, gyms, classes, Beachbody, videos, online courses, there's just so many ways to work out these days. And it can really range from free to what we've found to be extremely expensive. So what can you afford? Or what are you willing to afford to make this fitness goal come true?
Right. And the important thing to remember here, you guys, is that if you don't want to spend money, you actually don't have to. Like, yes, Brandon and I like to buy all the running doodads, but it doesn't cost money to run. Like, if you own a pair of shorts and a pair of tennis shoes and a t-shirt, you're good to go. You can go run. You can go walk. You can do a million things for free. In your area, there might be community-led workout classes like there is in ours. There's a men's group and a women's group in our area, and that's totally free and community run, like I said. So there are options if you're willing to look for them. Go to your local, like, moms and dads Facebook groups. I'm sure there are people that would love to come work out with you and do things like that. There's YouTube videos that are free. So there is just a lot of ways that cost doesn't have to come into play if cost is a concern for you or you just don't feel like spending money on it.
Right, and coupled right with that is your personality. So what's your personality type? Are you like self-motivated or do you need the group? Do you need a group fitness class? Because it can be as simple as when you talk about cost, when you talk about just not wanting to be around someone, maybe you're a little self-conscious when you first get started. I know I was. You kind of feel like you could feel like a fool. You feel intimidated. There's online classes. There's online things on YouTube right now where you can find any type of workout and do it on your own. So the cost and then the personality. Like if you're not a self-starter and you know that you need someone else to push you, then maybe you need to look and find that group.
Or even just a friend. You might have one friend that you guys decide to embark on your fitness journey together. Maybe you're like, hey, let's go on a walk and see what happens. And any sort of accountability there is really going to matter for you if you're a person that might need a little bit more. For me, it would be cool to have a running buddy, but Brandon and I just don't get the opportunity to run together all that much. So right now, we're in a place where we can both motivate ourselves, and that works for us, and we can use that as more of a me time and a quiet time for ourselves, in addition to the actual exercise aspect of that. Hey guys, we have exciting news to share.
We're launching a Couch to 5K online running course.
Yes, we are, and it's coming September 8th.
The course is a 7-week program, but you can take it at your own pace and go slower if you need to.
The course is $79.95, but now through August 31st, you'll get $10 off.
And the coolest part, if you sign up by August 31st, you'll get a 15-minute coaching call with us, totally free.
For more details or to sign up, go to thefoolsinlove.com.
Let's do this.
Yeah, and we really firmly believe in having, no matter what, having an accountability partner. So like even if it's not someone that you work out with, even if it's not someone who's even going to do any of this with you, whether it's your partner, whether it's a friend, just someone that you tell about your workout plans, someone you talk about your workout with, just to keep you accountable to yourself. Because even if you're the most motivated person in the world, we all have those days. Trust us, we do too. And me and Meg push each other. We're those people for each other. And we understand that maybe you don't have that with your partner, but just find someone that you're willing to share it with, even if you're simply just sharing it online, if you're comfortable with that. Just telling someone and letting someone allow to keep you accountable, just to ask how it went, will really help progress and really help make sure you're keeping to your plan.
And then another really important part of this whole process is to just be mindful of your interests. Like, don't do something that you despise because you're not going to stick to it. And I would caution you here that you can't just try something once and think, I hate this isn't going to work for me. Because if I would have done that with running, I would have been like, oh no, I am not a runner. But I pushed past that. Now, if you're, weeks and months into your journey of whatever you chose and you still hate it, that's probably a good clue that it's time to switch. But don't give up too early.
Yeah, ultimately you want to do something that you can enjoy. And we all understand, trust us, that is not the most enjoyable thing to work out. But the feeling that you get after the fact is really what you're going for. But like Meg said, if you're waking up every day and you're dreading your workout, what are the chances that you're going to stick with that? And that really goes for anything in life. If you're waking up every day with that dread, with that anxiety, with that feeling that you just simply don't want to do it, what are the chances that we're going to stick with something like that? Which is why it's so important to find something that couples with your interest, that is the best for you. And frankly, we can't tell you that. You can only tell yourself. And a lot of times you're just going back to trying different things, doing different things. But you got to be willing to give yourself the time and the energy to give it more than a week, to give it more than a little bit of time, because you simply don't know by trying it once or twice or even a week or two.
Right. So I'll give you a quick example because I know so many people that are like on the Beachbody thing, and that works for them. They're, all in. Some of them are even coaches. They think that working out at home in their living room on a Beachbody video is the jam. I am not that person. I think it's amazing if you are that person. I'm not that person. I think that doing online videos in my home is about the worst thing ever for me. I don't want to be inside. I don't want to be around where anyone can bother me. I don't like the overall format. It just doesn't work. And I didn't learn that by doing it one time. I've tried it several different ways and not Beachbody specifically, but I've tried it several different ways over the years and doing that online pre-recorded video format, and it's just not for me. And I know that Beachbody has the virtual gym and stuff too, so it's not always alone. I get that. But it's just something that I tried several times. It just never worked out for me. It's just not what I like. So when I finally discovered that, I was like, you know what I do like? I love being outside. So I can run outside. I can do the community-led fitness groups outside. I can do so many different things outside that don't trap me in and keep me in a space where I'm hearing mommy, 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 mommy throughout the whole workout. And honestly, that's kind of where you need to be. It's kind of where you need to decide, like, hey, have I tried something before and it never worked and I never stuck with it? Okay, maybe that's not my thing. Let's move on. What have you already tried that didn't interest you? And then start fresh from there without trying that again. You don't need to retry something you already realized that you don't like.
Right, and it goes back to, like, if you hate it, if you literally hate every workout and every exercise you're doing, sometimes you just got to be patient and just start trying things again. Like, just make sure you're giving it a fair shot because, again, I didn't think I liked running when I first started either. And guess what? Now I can say that I'm a self-professed person who loves running. And literally, it gets me to a place where I want to be whenever I do it. But there's plenty of times where I simply don't want to do it. But again, I know that so many of you have struggles. We talk to so many of you who have struggles with not knowing what you want to do, with thinking that because you disliked one certain workout that it's just not for you. And I know it can be a little bit discouraging because you can look at people who love to do an online workout. You can look at people like us who love to run. And then you can give it a shot and you can feel motivated to try. And then you get out there and it's just not for you. And again, we can't tell you what's for you, but we really don't want you to give up. We want to encourage you to make sure you're trying and giving yourself a fair shake because you don't want to give up on something too easy if it's something that could definitely work out for you and just be there for you mentally, physically, and just realign everything in your life.
Yeah, the right workout is out there for you. It's just absolutely out there for you. Whether you end up running like us or maybe you decide on yoga or Beachbody or Zumba or whatever, there's just something out there that's going to help you feel your best. And that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, you know that you want to feel your best and we want to help you get there. If there's anything that you feel like you want to talk to us about, we love to talk fitness. We love to talk fitness. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. It's funny you said that because we love to help. I love when people reach out to us and just have questions. And there's never really a dumb question when it comes to fitness because we want you to be able to have that journey and be encouraged. And don't feel intimidated by us. Like, that's the best part about social media. Like, if there's one really good part about it, it's like you can approach anyone at any time and you don't have to feel intimidated because you're never really probably going to meet that person in real life. So, like, we're not going to judge you. We know that the people in our lives that have held us accountable, that have pushed us, that have encouraged us, have made such a huge difference. And so our goal is to give that to y'all. We want you to find your passion. We want you to find your fitness passion. And we're here for you to encourage you. If you have no one in your life to encourage you, we are here. We promise we will answer you. And we are around. Shoot us a DM over at Fools in Love Podcast. And we promise we will hit you back.
Well, guys, that's it for today. But if you liked this podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts so we can share our message with more people.
We'd love to connect with y'all, so be sure to shoot us a DM over on Instagram. We're at Fools in Love Podcast.
Talk soon.